Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. Now, as many of you may recall, a couple months back I started making videos about the Zippcast reboot and how Lewis wanted to get everyone back on his side and push Zippcast in a new direction with a website developed from scratch and make it this big hub for most of the alternative video sharing community. He had posted a bunch of comments saying that he had a brand new staff, that he was going to develop Zippcast from scratch, like I said, not using any scripts, not using any of the past tactics I did before, and that Lewis was going to sort of stay out of the forefront of things and the other staff would be in the forefront. Well, that didn't happen. Basically, as many of you may recall on the channel, there was this running joke that AM and JP had that we were going to make the first website that would officially shut down before it even launched. That website, of course, being ImageBytePast. And, well, it did shut down before it officially launched, but that was initially meant to be a joke. We didn't think that there would be any site that would shut down before it launches. And then came Zippcast. The new Zippcast spring reboot that they had this whole email subscription for, this whole newsletter for, to keep everyone in the know about the project. Yeah, that email form didn't send any emails out to anyone, and before the site even launched, Zippcast is officially dead again. If you try going to Zippcast.com now, all you will see is a blank page. Nothing will load, no music will start playing, and no imagery will be on the screen or anything. It is just a completely dead blank page. It's almost kind of funny and kind of sad at the same time because personally for me, and this is like where the funny part kind of comes in, personally for me, I was not really ever too excited about this reboot. It was more curiosity that was getting me than anything. I was very curious to see what Lewis's plan for this new Zippcast reboot was and how it was going to be when it launched. I had signed up for the email form to get updates about it, to possibly make videos about it, and just sort of see how it was. I was not, like, really excited for the reboot at all. I was just very curious about how it was. If, like, when the site launched, there was this thing I said all the time, that when the site launched, I was gonna go on, I was gonna try it out, and if it was good, I would say it was good, and if it wasn't, I would say that it was completely crap. I was never really excited for the site to come out. I was never really going out of my way to try and make it launch and try to use it, but I was at least curious, and I was curious enough to at least try the site out and see how it was and make an account and all that. But it doesn't even look like I'll be able to do that because, of course, Zippcast, as I said, just DOA, dead to the world before it even launches. Now the sad part comes in because there were some people, there weren't many, but there were some people that were legitimately excited to see Zippcast come back in this grand new reboot. There were some people who legitimately wanted to see and actively use the new Zippcast. And what ends up happening? Just like always, Lewis betrays the community. This time though, not while the site was very active. I mean, it wasn't too active, it was starting to lose some of its user base, but it was still active. The mysterious Mr. Inner was on there, and he was bringing a good bit of traffic onto the site. Of course, it wasn't the biggest site ever, and the mysterious Mr. Inner at that time as well was not the biggest channel ever, but he was bringing in a decent amount of traffic to Zippcast, and there were quite a few people using it when it shut down. He actively betrayed the community at that point because there were so many people that were still actively uploading on Zippcast and who felt that Zippcast was kind of like their home, that the only place that they could even get recognized, that they could even be seen at all, let alone in the very little amounts that Zippcast would give, is, of course, I just kind of gave it away on Zippcast. And when Zippcast shut down, all of the community felt kind of betrayed, almost in a very similar way that Vidbit did. And so with this new reboot coming out, Lewis got people riled up again. Lewis got a bunch of people excited that the site was going to come back stronger than ever, that it was going to be this new grand thing from scratch, not using any script, and what happens? Lewis betrays the community, this time shutting it down before it even gets the opportunity to launch. And at the current time, Lewis hasn't even given out a statement as to why the project hasn't come out. He hasn't emailed anyone who was subscribed to the email form about what happened. He hasn't told anyone anything. And personally, I think that's the biggest blow of this whole thing. Really, that was the biggest blow of the last one, but it is still a pretty big blow this time, is that he didn't tell anyone that it was shutting down. He just told no one what was happening behind the scenes at all, even when it was still up. And of course now, when it shuts down, he still hasn't told anyone a single thing. That's the part that always gets me about how both Zippcast and Vidbit shut down. Both their owners didn't tell their users anything. They didn't tell their users that it was shutting down, and when it shut down, they didn't even tell their users why it shut down. They just simply said nothing. At least until the community called them out on their crap anyway. But yep, there you go. The Zippcast reboot is officially no more. It is completely dead to the world before it even got to see the world. And unless Lewis finds this video and decides that he wants to leave a comment on it, I think we're just gonna get 7 more months of silence. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe to become a crafting lord. This is Crafting Lord 21, and I'll see you guys in the next video.